Hi, everyone. All right, let me turn this down. I feel like I'm not in the mood for this sound. I don't know what I'm looking for. All right. Hi, guys. Welcome. I've been gone for a bit, it feels like. This also feels too zoomed in. Hold on, let me get my setup right, y'all. I'm so discombobulated. Get my lights right. Get my life right. All right. So that's good enough. So I'm going to be doing a quick community read. The queue is open. I think I have a like D&D campaign tonight, so I'll see if I have to get off of here in an hour, but let's just go with it. Um let's get a quick community read while you guys join. There was like a wicked awesome full moon the other day. I don't know if you guys did anything. This card is the card of creativity. Oh, I love this. Okay. Give yourself permission to explore your creative side through personal expression. Let creativity flow freely, allowing it to embrace you and enable you to express your authentic soul energy. Oh, I love that. I feel like I have entered my creative era right now. Like I've been so burnt out over the last like I would say 2 years. and and I'm really happy to see that creativity card because I feel like it's like mirroring exactly how I feel right now, and it's like a sign to keep on going. This next card here is contentment. So appreciate the simple things and don't get caught up in unattainable expectations. Contentment is being satisfied and fulfilled with what you already have and are. Oh, that one I struggle with. I know I can't be the only one. So I feel like it's saying, at, combined with being creative, use that creativity to enjoy the things that you already have, to make the things that you already have more exciting. Even you don't have to go out and buy or do this new fancy thing or change things up so drastically, because what you have going for you right now is really good. You just might not recognize it yet, and you need to step out of your own little box to see it. And then finally, we have this lovely card here. Healing. Invite the power of healing and allow yourself to be healed on all levels. Be loving and patient with yourself in the process of healing. And remember that you have a natural ability to heal from within. I feel like the healing part is really to do with like allowing yourself to be creative and allowing yourself to just be okay with like being content with what you already have going for you right now. And sometimes that could be hard. I know that's hard for me, at least. I might be speaking for myself here, but um I feel like it can be a little difficult to not try to keep up with the Joneses, or to live through other people, and to just really be okay with what you have versus what other people might have that you might be either envious of, or you might not understand why they have something and you don't. Comparison is the thief of joy. So I think that this is our sign to heal using the creative things that we already have available to us, our own internal creativity, and being content with that energy. All right. Hi, y'all. Hi. Um, so I have Ari in the cube, Midnight, and then user. You just come up as user. So like, let me just show you. I feel like you're probably like 4 or something. But you come up this way. You can see right here. So just let me know what you want me to call you. Pretty sure you're 4. I'm like 95% confident, but I just want to make sure. All right, Ari, you're up first. I'm gonna get this deck all shuffled. Ha! I knew it. I'm starting to learn all the weird behind the scenes, like the weird behind the scenes stuff. All right, I'm gonna open this up because I think it's gonna be a quiet day for my subscribers because um, I've been gone for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 weeks. Feels longer. I we got a lot of snow over here on the East Coast, and I got trapped in Vegas. Not a bad place to be trapped, but it was a little stressful because my poor cats were home by themselves. Ugh, I don't like this music either. It's not music. Let's see. Okay, this is that's cool. I'm assuming you guys can hear that. So I didn't tell you what decks I'm using. I have the Divine Blessings deck out again, and then I'm going to be using the Unfolding Path Tarot for the main readings. So one of the things that Luke recommended was to keep like your question in like a sticky note or like your notes app or whatever. So that way you're not taking forever to type, and that way you could just copy and paste real quickly. I never thought to like suggest that. That's such a great idea. All right. What did you learn from this friendship with Jada? Let's see. Okay, one more card. All right. So we have the Seven of Wands here, and then we have the Devil card. So it feels very much like you learned how to stand out against competition. I don't know if it was necessarily like in I won't say intentional, but like sometimes friends are competitive, but in a way that challenges you to grow and stuff. This doesn't feel like that. It feels very much more of a like toxic competitiveness. Um that's funny, Luke. No, I was just telling people your suggestion last time to put your question in like a notes app so you don't lose it. And then you can like copy and paste real quickly. So it feels very much like whatever that competitiveness, you're able to like stand out against it and recognize, like step away and recognize that the friendship was much more toxic than it really should have, maybe a little codependent, even though it felt like you guys butted heads a lot. And um oh yeah, roommate stuff really that's that can make or break like a friendship, right? It creates different boundaries when you have to live with someone and you're inviting them into your space. And that's very much what this card feels like having to break away. And it's almost like, trying to jump over all of these hurdles here and um avoid these pointy ends, so to speak. So avoiding those conflicts. But it's difficult to do that when you're in such a tight space and you're forced to be together. I don't mean tight space like you're in a shack or something, but when you're confined to living with someone who, like, over time you guys start to the friendship no longer um can no longer overcome the other things that are highlighted when you live with a person, then that's where, like, it's so interesting that the devil card comes up as like roommate situation. I'll have to consider that. But yeah, there's like that's why the codependence came in, and you guys were literally relying on each other for like rent and living space. So it's hard to I feel like it's hard to reconcile. But I think that really the takeaway from that experience is you learning how to stand on your own, how to really overcome those situations in terms of being able to avoid conflict when necessary, or to just stick to your guns when it comes to something that you feel passionate about in regards to the entire situation. But yeah, it's definitely unfortunate um that that happened, but at least there was a lesson learned in all of that. And music stopped again. Stupid restream. So, at least you have some sort of lessons learned, and you can apply that for the future and apply that for similar situations or just in general, right? We all need lessons on how to, handle difficult situations. But it seems like I don't know if you guys are still roommates trying to get out of it or anything like that, but like I said, you're learning how to um stand up and avoid those situations and try to make the best out of it. Oh man, that's yeah, it people don't realize like codependency can form like really subtly. You don't realize it until um you don't realize it until you like step away from it, I guess. Yeah, until you step away from it. Yes, that I don't know how people roomed with their friends. I'm very much of a I don't like people in my space kind of person. But I learned that very early on in college, having to have forced to have roommates. So I don't think people realize that not everybody's meant to room together until it's too late, unfortunately. All right, midnight. Let's see. Message from your ancestors. I pulled this oracle card for you. This is the generosity card. So give me 1 second while I pull the other cards. You're welcome, Ari. All right, midnight. So you have here the Hierophant, your favorite, the Emperor, and then the Page of Wands here. Um, it's very. I like that. So I'll start in the middle and then work my way out. We have the Emperor at the center of your reading. Um, that face. We have the Emperor at the center of your reading, and he is so you got generosity. So I'm gonna kind of make that the theme of your reading, in regards to your ancestors. But I think the Emperor is really asking you to create some structure around, um, just structure, right? Just create some structure, and I think it'll help you manage your energy, your the time you give people, the time you give to things, also just your overall resourcing. So like spending habits, health habits, just all of this. I think that this theme is about being generous with how you're structuring your life and how you're structuring yourself to fit into the life that you're hoping to manifest for yourself. So that's kind of where I feel like the Emperor kicks all of this off, right? And then on this side, we have the Hierophant. So we have a little bit of structure, we have a little bit of tradition. I know you hate the Hierophant. You have a little bit of structure, you'll have a little bit of tradition where you kind of go back, think of some things that maybe you guys have done in the past that, or I say you guys, but you have done in the past that has helped build good habits for yourself, that has helped you overcome like certain whatever. This it's the time of year where we kind of start to try to set better habits for ourselves, and I think that's really the theme when you boil it down that we're getting to. The other part of the Hierophant that I feel like is, start to build routine with your ancestors, pull them into what you're working with. It doesn't have to be super elaborate. You can start off simple with simple veneration, or it could be something simple where you like do a specific working with them to tackle a specific thing. So just for certain ideas overall. But I think at the end of it here we have the page of wands. So this in all of this, in creating this structure, in trying to work within some traditions that might manifest with working with your ancestors, there's still this need to be fun with it and creative and be a little adventurous. So as you're trying to figure out what that structure should look like, um, be a little creative with it. Try some new things, try some things that work for you, and then build off of them with some new things and see how that fits into it. And just be a little flexible in that, because one of the things to be careful about here with this emperor is about being too rigid, and like you set like a hard routine and then you can't do anything else. I think that's just going to turn into a beatdown for you, and you don't want to do that. So between these three things, I feel like form like a light structure, like an outline. I guess you don't have to micromanage your entire life, right? And and then pull your ancestors into as like their as your guides, your mentor, people that just a support group in all of this. And also too, it doesn't have to be just your ancestors. The hierophant can also suggest bouncing ideas off of friends, or you having like you like an example, well, easy example, right? If you want to create a goal of like wanting to read more, join a book club. Or if you want a goal of like moving more, right? Join a walking club, stuff like that, where you can have outside resources that hold you accountable if you're struggling with that yourself. And then in all of that, summing all of that up, be creative, whatever, find things that are fun. Don't make it seem like a job or a chore, so to speak, to set these things up. And at the end of the day, you want to just be generous with yourself. I'm going to read this card real quick. Give without expecting anything in return. Share love, time, resources, and kindness with others. Let generosity unfold in your life and witness the enrichment it brings to yourself and others. Cool. Yeah, so I feel like it's a little bit of a give and take there. But I feel like mostly like while the card feels more external, like generosity, I feel like this is more so you being generous with yourself, being more generous with how you are resourcing your energy, and how you're managing like health and finances and whatever other things are important to you. Hey, welcome to the queue, Andrea. All right, four, you are up next, and then Andrea, you are going to be after four. You're welcome. Oh, this is sweet. Thank you. Can never pass up getting some good vibes from some awesome chatters. All right, for let's see what your message is. I know it's Thursday, but I hope you guys have something fun planned this week. Weekend rather, this weekend. Let's see, one more card. So we have the Seven of Swords, and then we have the Ten of Wands. Um, hmm. This almost feels like a recommendation to pivot whatever you have been working on for, or whatever you've been doing. The Seven of Swords generally indicates that you um, might feel like mentally you might feel like you're not on the wrong path, but something's just a little off, right? Everything's maybe a little bit more tedious, or it just doesn't connect right. It just feels like there's a slight wrongness to it in a way, and I think that this is your sign from spirit to say, what small tweaks can you make? Because right now you're just sort of burdening yourself. You're gonna get there, but it's gonna be exhausting to do so. Um, and so we have some air energy here, we have some fire energy. They are fueling, so you are moving forward. You do have energy behind you, but it's almost like just an imbalance of something, right? And I think that it could be I think that between the two things, I think it could be a, a combination of both internal and external. So if internally, things just feel off, things just aren't quite working the way that they should work, it could be a time for just a bit of a mental reset. Give yourself a break, a pause, even though you might be trying to push towards something. Sometimes taking a little bit of a break gives you that boost to do things properly down the line and makes things easier. And then some of the more like physical, external things, rather, I think that this is indicative that whatever is weighing on you, and usually in this point in a reading, like a person can sort of recognize specific things. Whatever that thing is, it's just slightly off. Maybe the timing's wrong. Maybe, if you're working on thing A instead of thing B, just swap them or something like that. It really is a sign for you to kind of figure out what's right for you and what you need to do to shift a little bit. But I will say that you having this 10 here is indicative that you're mostly on the right track. It's just a little tiresome the method you're going about it. Hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, so I would say that this is just a little bit of a sign from spirit to do a little bit of a pivot, not a full 180 or anything like that, just making some small tweaks to make your life easier. Hey Mari. Alrighty, Andrea, go ahead, post your question. You're welcome. For all right. So I'm gonna just see what you can expect overall, but just as a clarity of how I'm gonna word this question, let's see what you can expect on Valentine's Day. How will your Valentine's Day go? Ooh, repeat. We have the Tower and we have the Emperor. The Emperor is our repeat of the night. Um, the Emperor. mm, is this your first Valentine's with them? Um, not that it totally matters. But the emperor kind of signifies that I don't think they're gonna, I think it's gonna be very cliche kind of style stuff, like maybe chocolates, go out to dinner. Oh, they're not. Okay, so then the difference and the reason I ask is that I think if this was someone new, I think it would have been like cliche stuff. If it's someone you've been with, then I see it more as like whatever they did last time is probably going to be something similar to what they do now. The emperor doesn't, mm, the emperor doesn't like to deviate generally from what they do in general. It's hard to get them to it's hard to get them out of their box and um interesting. I'm thinking, sorry. I feel like I have this backwards. Are you more of a traditionalist, Andrea? The reason I ask is the emperor is very masculine energy, so I kind of just defaulted associated that with your boyfriend, but the emperor rules over Aries, which you said you are. So I think that I had this backwards. So I do think regardless with the emperor and the tower, there's a misalignment in terms of expectations. I just had the wrong expectations for the wrong person. So thank you for clarifying. I feel like you expect you tend to. Oh, okay, you both are. Cool. So I think in the regards to this reading, I think that you are the one that's like expecting, you know, the whining and dining, the romance, the classic just, when you picture Valentine's, the classic stuff that you picture, right? But I think that it's going to be something very different. It seems, in fact, let me just go ahead and pull one more card. The general outcome here. Yeah. Okay. So I feel like you should kind of reset those expectations. It feels like there's going to be something a little out of the box that is going to be happening instead with this tower card. So the way that people get a little scared when the tower comes up, tower is just a sign of like things that are suddenly different, right? So sudden changes, sudden pivots, stuff like that. Different expectations. So I think that if you go into it with this hangman, which I just pulled as sort of like a like how do we finish this kind of card? Go into it with different expectations, right? Don't go into it with oh, we're gonna do what we did last time, or we're gonna do it in the traditional Valentine's way. Um, and I think that you can help alleviate some of this tower. Sorry, my camera's some of this tower energy here. But that being said, yeah, I do think that there's still going to be a lot of energy put into the event. You have these two fire cards here. Um, you have excuse me, and then you have this water card here. So I think that you still have that emotional connection, which is going to be good. You just have a lot of energy. Is I feel like maybe whatever you guys are going to do is going to just be a lot of just movement maybe involved. You'll have to let me know what ends up going on with this, because it's a very interesting reading in terms of the combination of cards pulled. Yeah, you both are fire signs, which is which is so cool that this kind of pops up in like opposing views. It's almost like your boyfriend is wanting to step outside of the box a little bit and try something exciting, which could be a little jarring if you're generally more of a traditionalist in terms of like Valentine's Day. So, but I think at the end of the day, just understand with the perspective that it's all out of love, and it's just wanting to do something exciting um and different. So don't let this tower card rain on your parade, so to speak. Just be willing to roll with the punches in regards to those expectations. Fire signs are so fun. I'm a Taurus, so and then I have a Virgo. My trifecta is a Virgo friend and a Sagittarius friend, and somehow we're worse than our Sagittarius friend. Um, Mari, go ahead, put your question in the chat. Anshuman, welcome. Aw, thank you, Andrea. You're so sweet. I always love having you in the chat. Oh, guys, don't forget to like the video. I forgot to say that earlier, but it helps with the algorithm. Mariana, you still in the chat? If not, do some last calls there. All right, let's go on. Anshun, let's get you next. Go ahead, put your question in the chat. So I am really excited, guys. I pre-ordered this deck, the Witch's Way Home Oracle, and I need to record my flip through so you guys can be like my guinea pigs and I can try this out on you guys. I don't know what I want to pair it with yet. That's I've been thinking about it. I kind of thought the Everyday Witch Tarot at first, but once I got it physically, it's like it's a little more like darker themed, so I don't think it would match, and I don't think it would match with like something like this. Oh, it may. I don't know. We'll have to we'll have to see what pairings we want to do with it. And maybe it's just the box that's darker, because I might be misremembering the cards. And maybe I need to like practice more Lenormand with you guys too. I'm trying to get better, so. All right, last call for Anshuman. Actually, I don't have anyone else in my queue. Whoops. Hi, Robin. I do have a tarot, a forest themed tarot deck. The Meraki Tarot, Luke. Okay, I'm gonna have to keep. So, Robin, I've been like toying with the idea of moving back to Thursdays because my dodgeball league unfortunately moved to Fridays. Thursdays. Oh no. I used to do Thursdays and I switched to Fridays. And now I'm switching back. I might do Wednesday now. I don't know. I could do Witchy Wednesdays. um I don't know. Hmm. But it's a quiet night, so I might I might get off a little early. I thought I had to do so Thursdays also. I'm tentatively joining like a D&D um like one-shot campaigns on Thursdays. Everybody thinks it's so funny because when I tell people I play dodgeball, it's like their brains automatically switch it to either kickball or volleyball. Even my mom does it, and she's been to my tournaments. She's watched me play and will still be like, yeah, blah blah blah, volleyball. So one shot campaign is just like literally you play for like maybe an hour or two and then the campaign is finished. It's meant to be really, really short. It's to help new people get into it and kind of see if they like it, to kind of dip their toes into the proverbial water, so to speak. Somebody in one of my book discords, ironically, there's a gaming chat, and she offered to DM a one-shot campaign for us so we could try it out. I created my character and everything. I'm fully nerded out. But yeah, it's super. I mean, I'm super excited to try it. But anyway, all of that to be said, they were struggling to find a day, and this can be as flexible as I want it to be, right? It just has to be a day I'm not doing anything. So they were debating between Wednesday and Thursday, and I was outvoted, and they went with Thursday, which is fine. I told them literally whatever the majority is, I will switch to. But they start at 7, and these start at my lives start at 6. So yeah, Marie, go ahead, put your question in the chat. So I just didn't want to feel rushed, and that way I could relax a little bit more before the games. Who is Alexis Radcliffe? They someone you know personally? Ooh, another repeat for the night. Okay. Yeah, it'll just take a while to get there, I feel like. Or I won't say a while. A while's the wrong term because you have 2 wands cards. You have the 10 of wands, 4 of wands. I just don't feel like it's going to necessarily be a straight shot with this 10 of wands, but you'll definitely get there. It just might be a little bit of a journey. I don't think necessarily bad. It's just not going to be like a wake up in Disney movie and we're all best friends, kind of thing, because life's not really like that. But yeah, so I would say, yeah, sure. Yeah, I do. I have a busy weekend too coming up. I have a dodgeball tournament it's called Galentine's Day, and our team name is Catch Me Out If You Can. It's so cute. I'm really hungry. Oh my goodness. Well, guys, I think I'm actually gonna kick off a little early here. I feel like I was not mentally prepared for today. The readings went well, but for whatever I'm just so drained from training all week that I feel like a vegetable. Steamed potato right now. So I'm gonna hop off of here. Join me over on Discord, guys. I promise to be more active. I'm so sorry I've been a little like MIA lately. This video game, Palia, has me in a chokehold, so sorry. But I will catch you guys over on Discord. Sorry for ending short tonight, but I'm gonna get back into the rhythm of things. I swear. I'll see you guys next week.